Welcome back to another Coffee Time video. Today I want to talk to you about four kinds of students. Four kinds of students. And to do that, I'm going to look at the four kinds of viewers that I have on this YouTube channel. Now, this YouTube channel is not a requirement for you, unlike what is going on with your students where you would be requiring them to do certain things in your classroom. But I think some of the things that we will look at will look very familiar to you. We do a lot of work analyzing teachers in the classroom, observing them, looking at rubrics and scoring and all the mumbo jumbo. But what if we could look at hard analytic data? Hard analytic data. We're going to look at hard analytic data today, and then I'm going to ask you to think for just a little bit. So I am going to look over here to this YouTube channel. Let me I'm going to come over here to this YouTube channel, and I'm going to look at the analytics on last week's video. So last week's video was approximately 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes long. And you will see here in this particular analytic that the average view duration was 2 minutes 49 seconds. Now, this is not an indictment on the people who watch this video channel. Every YouTube channel has things just like this. My photography channel doesn't look much different than this. And hardly any of you watch that channel. So if we look at kind of where things went wrong in this video, we'll see that I had a total of, I think at some place it showed me, I had 33 views as of Tuesday night, which is when I'm making this video. So 33 views, I'm sending this out to 44 people. So the first student that we run into are the ones who are not engaged at all. They're just not doing anything in your classroom, nothing. You know who they are. If you close your eyes right now and think about any one of your 3 classes that you teach, you could pinpoint those kids who are doing absolutely nothing. Now, the nice thing about YouTube is I don't know who those people are. I don't know who watches. I don't know who doesn't watch. I don't want to know. We're just looking at numbers. So 11 people did not open this video at all sometime between Friday morning and Tuesday night. That doesn't mean they won't, but during that time they did not. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. This is the second type of student in your classroom. So if you look here, I had a big drop at 11 seconds. Out of the 33 people watching this video, who watched this video, I lost 3 of them in the first 11 seconds. Now, the introduction to this video is 6 seconds. So 5 seconds into me talking, I lost another 3 people. They just walked away. But we won't stop there. We'll come down here because the biggest drop came right here, right around here. And so at the 23-second mark, I had lost 48% of the people who signed in. So out of 33, half 33 is, what is it, 16 and a half? So if I lost 48, let's say now I have 17 viewers. After 23 seconds, so I lost some people at the first 10 seconds, 11 seconds, I lost people, most of the people at the first 23 seconds, and you've got those kids in your class. Not long after class starts, they are fidgety, they are looking around, they are disengaged, they're not involved in whatever you're doing, their head is down, their Chromebook is closed, maybe they got their phone in their lap and they're trying to act like you don't see them on their phone. So that's the second kind of student. Now, here's the other one. You'll notice down here, I dropped to 42%. So I lost 58% of my viewers, around a minute and 20 seconds. But then I gained some, and then I lost some, and then I gained some, and I lost some. And how does that happen? Well, I'll tell you how that happens on YouTube. People start scrubbing ahead. They don't want to watch the whole thing, so they scrub ahead a few seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, see what I'm saying there. Then they get bored with that. They scrub a little bit further. They get bored with that. They scrub a little bit further, and they think that qualifies as watching the video. So at this point, I've got a number of people who are just kind of bobbing along, and you've got those kids in your classroom. They're paying attention for a while, and they get sidetracked. They get to talking to their neighbor. They start looking at things they're not supposed to on their Chromebook. They stare off into space. They open a book and start reading. They do everything, and then they'll come back, and they'll pay attention for a little while longer. Or maybe they're doodling on a piece of paper and not paying attention, and then suddenly they will pay attention again. You've got that student in your classroom. So when I get over here to the end, now I'm not going to worry too much about this drop-off right here. This is the last, handful of seconds. I'm saying goodbye. We're done anyway. People leave. So let's stop right here. So that 42% stuck with me through the whole video. Well, sort of. But, because some of them were scrubbing. But 42%. So 42% of 33 is roughly, 14 or 15. Out of 44, I've got less than half who are engaged, let's say, all the time. This is not unlike what goes on in your classroom. You've got those kids who are never engaged. They don't care about your class. They don't particularly like you. They don't like the world. They don't like themselves. They're just not involved, and they don't really care about graduating. You've got those kids. You've got the kids who start off strong. Maybe they do the starter, the warm-up that you've got in the class, and then suddenly you've lost them. And then you've got the kids who sort of come and go. They pay attention for a little while, then they talk to their neighbor, or they get online, or they do whatever, and then they come back, and then they go off again, and then they come back. And you've got a few students who are with you to the end. Now, again, this is not an indictment on the people that watch these videos because I don't know who they are. And by this time, all the ones who have typically left the video have already left the video today too. They're not listening to any of this. But you've got these four kinds of students in your classroom. And the question is, what are you doing with them? What are you doing with the kid who is never engaged? What are you doing with the kid who starts off strong and then you lose them? What are you doing with the kid who's in and out throughout the class period? And what are you doing with the ones who are totally engaged all the way through? If you say, well, I'm paying attention to the kids who are paying attention, are we doing it right? I don't know. Totally up to you to decide. We'll see you next week. Oh, and enjoy your long weekend.